Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to share one of the most amazing stories ever told. It's a story all about faith, incredible patience, and a ship so big you can hardly imagine it. This is the story of the Great Ark.
But first, let me ask you something. Imagine you knew something really important, a message that could help everyone you know. But what if nobody would listen to you? What would you do? Well, that's exactly where this incredible story gets started.
All right, so to get this story started, we've got to travel way back in time. We're talking about 1,000 years after Prophet Adam. The world was full of people, but, a lot of them had kind of forgotten the right way to live.
And here was the biggest problem of all. Instead of worshiping the one true God, Allah, who created everything, people started making their own little gods out of things like stone and wood. And they started worshiping these statues, these idols instead.
So to help guide everyone back to the right path, Allah sent a prophet. His name was Nuh. And his message? It was actually super simple, but so important. He told them, fear Allah and do what Allah says. That's it. He just reminded them that Allah is the one who created the sun, the moon, and everything they could see.
So, how did that go over? Well, you basically had two groups of people. A small group of believers, mostly folks who were poor and didn't have much power. They listened. They knew he was speaking the truth. But then there were the disbelievers, most of the people really, who just ignored him, laughed at him, and kept on worshiping their idols.
Now, you have to understand, this mission wasn't something that took a day or a week or even a couple of years. Oh no, this was a challenge, a true test of patience like you wouldn't believe. 950 years. Can you just wrap your head around that? For 950 years, day in and day out, whether it was sunny or rainy, Prophet Nuh kept trying to help his people. He never ever gave up.
And it was so hard. The people were just awful to him. They made fun of him all the time. They called him a liar to his face. They would even get violent, beating him with sticks and throwing rocks at him. But through it all, he kept his cool and just kept trying to share his peaceful message.
So, after all this time, Prophet Nuh was of course very sad that the people just wouldn't listen. And that is when Allah gave him a brand new command, a plan that must have sounded like the strangest, most bizarre thing anyone had ever heard.
And this plan, wow, just listen to this. First, Allah told Prophet Nuh and his small group of believers to plant trees. And they did that for over 100 years. Then, they had to design a gigantic ship, an ark. Next, they chopped down those very same trees they had planted and used the wood to build it. And the craziest part, they built it on top of a mountain, miles and miles away from any ocean.
You can probably guess what happened next, right? People would walk by, see this giant boat being built on a dry mountain, and they would just laugh and laugh. They'd shout things like, "You are such an old fool! What are you doing? How are you ever gonna get that thing to the water?" They were sure he had finally gone completely crazy.
But Prophet Nuh and the believers, they just kept on working. They trusted the plan. And finally, after all that hard work, the enormous ship was ready. And pretty soon, everyone was about to find out exactly why it was built. It was time, all aboard the Great Ark.
And this wasn't just some big empty boat, It was brilliant. The whole ark was perfectly organized into 3 different levels. The very top level was for all the birds, the middle level was for the humans, and the bottom level was where all the land animals would go. Super smart.
Okay, so now get this. This is my favorite part. Prophet Nuh didn't have to go out and try to catch all the animals in the world. Nope. By a command from Allah, something truly miraculous happened. The animals just started showing up, all by themselves, walking right towards the ark in pairs.
And we're talking about a pair of every single kind of creature. Can you just picture it? 2 elephants, a male and a female, walking up the ramp. Then 2 lions. Then 2 giraffes and rabbits and parrots. Every animal you can possibly think of, all coming peacefully to get on board. It must have been an incredible sight.
So how would they know when the flood was actually about to start? Was it going to be a big thunderclap or a dark cloud? Nope. Allah gave them a very specific and kind of strange sign to look for. The big event would begin when water started bubbling up and gushing out of the cooking stove in Prophet Nuh's house.
So when that sign appeared, Prophet Nuh called for all the believers to hurry and get on the ship. He pleaded with his own family too, and this is the really sad part of the story, one of his wives and one of his sons refused to believe him. They just wouldn't listen, and they chose to stay behind.
And then, the great doors of the ark were sealed shut.
The rain started to pour down, and water began to rise from the ground. The world as they knew it was about to disappear, making way for a whole new world.
The water came from everywhere. It rained from the sky and gushed up from the earth. It rose so high, so fast, that there were huge waves, literally bigger than mountains, that crashed over everything. All the people who had refused to listen, including the prophet's own son and wife, were washed away by the great flood.
For 150 days, the ark floated safely on the water. The entire planet was covered, a giant worldwide ocean. But inside the ark, all the believers and all the pairs of animals were safe and sound, protected from the storm.
After all that time, they needed to know if any dry land had appeared. So Prophet Nuh sent a crow out to look, but it never came back. A few days later, he tried again, this time sending out a dove. And this time, the dove came back, and in its beak was a little olive branch. That was it, the sign they were waiting for. Land was near, and soon after, the great ark gently came to a stop on top of a mountain named Mount Judy.
The moment had finally come. The huge doors of the ark swung open, and sunlight poured in. One by one, the believers, and all the pairs of animals, stepped out onto a fresh, clean, brand new world. It was a new beginning for everyone and everything on earth.
When you think about this whole incredible story, it's really an amazing lesson in patience, in trusting Allah's plan, and in doing the right thing no matter what. And it leaves us with a pretty big question to think about, doesn't it? What does this story teach us about having faith, even when the things we're asked to do seem totally and completely impossible?